My name is Alicia Sidney, and I've been unemployed for about 6 months now. I'm a single mother of two, and I live in the community of Walnut Terrace. When asked to speak on the current devastation and the need for a public jobs program similar to that created during the Great Depression, I figure I'm only one person with one perspective, so I proceeded to talk to other unemployed people in and around my community, which I must say weren't very hard to come by. I live on a row of 8 women, all having 23 children together, and none of us are employed. There are different reasons why we aren't employed, but it mainly boils down to a lack of opportunities for people in our situations. Whether it be a lack of child care, a lack of transportation, mothers with felonies on their records, and most are full-time students. I spoke with my neighbors to get a feel for how unemployment is affecting them. One of my neighbors, who was a single mother of 2, said, "Without a job, it is hard to make it in this world. I feel disappointed, depressed, and moneyless. It's hard to find a job, and I have nothing and no one to depend on." She said she's also starting to gain weight. She's been looking for 6 months with no results. Another of my neighbors, obviously affected by the current state of things, posed the question, if our government and who we are supposed to love and trust and believe in cannot come to the aid of those who are starving, then how are we supposed to trust in them? He said, "Why would you leave me on the street without a job or place to go? No one is asking for anything free, just a second chance to make it right." He said everybody deserves a second chance. Another neighbor affected by the fact that people with felonies rarely find sustainable work states, "Felons need jobs too. What are we supposed to do?" All of my neighbors agreed that they are tired of filling out application after application with no callback and no results. They say it's getting really old, and if it doesn't get better soon, we'll be driven to commit more crimes. They do not understand why people without GEDs or high school diplomas can't get jobs. They say we still have bills too, and we still have the responsibility of being providers. It hurt really bad to hear one of my neighbors and good friends, a single mother of 2, say because she is unemployed, she is always feeling trapped and closed in a closet, suffocating, trying not to go in depressed mode, feeling helpless, hoping the next day will be a better day, praying at night, "God, please help us all that are in need." Being unemployed is a feeling like no other. Just as the Works Progress Administration was created during the Great Depression when nearly 1 in 4 individuals were unemployed, nearly 1 in 4 African Americans are now unemployed. Does this not call for the same state of emergency? It is a great thing that God promises He would never put more on a person than they can bear, because if not, there would be some truly suffering people out there. It all works out and people do not go without for very long, but people definitely deserve more, and their children deserve more. Walnut Terrace is the only community left that really helps struggling people, and when they tear it down within this year and people cannot find employment, I shudder at the thought of what will happen to them and their children. One of the greatest issues that face the Black community is the plight of unemployment. We all know that society says for a man to be considered a real man, he must commit to assuming the role of provider in the family unit. When that man's options for means of providing are limited, he no longer gets the respect earned by assuming his role. This leads to feelings of confusion because the woman does not feel that the man is fulfilling his half of the household duties. Bickering and conflict arise, confusion and anger. Families break up, children are left fatherless, and mothers are left to bear the burden of raising children individually, assuming the role of mother and father, though Uncle Sam becomes a stand-in father for many. If only people were given the opportunity to be guaranteed success at one of life's simplest challenges, taking care of their families, many families would stay bonded and fear and chaos would not run so rampant because people would be aware of the security of home. A public jobs program is what the people of Raleigh need and needed yesterday.